I'm Vanessa Ruck, the girl on a bike. Welcome back to my channel. I am currently in Tasmania, and in this video I'm going to teach you a little bit of style, but actually it's just a really practical way of getting on and off your motorcycle without having to strain yourself, stretch your groin, hurt your hip, or if you're a little bit shorter, it helps you get on without having to worry about the height of the seat. Okay, so for me as a rider, I've got a reconstructed hip, I have quite a bit of pain, and swinging my leg onto a bike repeatedly actually is really quite painful and not very great. I also tend to ride quite a few bikes that are tall where I can't actually reach the ground on both sides. So instead of having an excuse that, oh, I can't ride that bike because it's too big or my hip hurts, I can't get on the bike, I've decided to learn how to get on and off the bike without needing to do the swing over. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. The first way to get on a bike, oh God, it pinches, is just to swing your leg over and you've got on the bike. The car over there just drove into the fence. That was very distracting. It was a big crunch. Didn't sound so good. Anyway, back to getting on and off a motorbike. Some people use a side stand and stand on, all that kind of stuff. There's lots of ways to get on a bike. But the way I'm going to show you how to get on a bike is using the engine and making the swing over a lot easier. So first of all, I'm going to start the bike. And then what we're going to do, I'll just show you what we're going to do. And then I'll teach you the steps to build the confidence to be able to do it. So start the bike. You obviously want to make sure it's in first gear. If you try this in neutral, you will probably fall off. So you're standing, you're going to look ahead and you're going to release the clutch and drive away. And then as you pull away, you swing your leg over. And this works in reverse too. So I'm going to come back round. And I'm going to swing my leg over and come to a stop. Of course, you should always wear a helmet when you're riding a motorcycle. I am doing a very slow manoeuvre and a demonstration to you, which is why I haven't got it on, because I'm talking. Okay, so how do we break this down? Because this is something that you can do on pretty much every motorcycle. It gets a lot more difficult on sports bikes and massive Harley Davidson cruisers, but big adventure bikes, Enduro bikes, all those kind of bikes, you can do this on really easily. So my first thing, step one, is walking with the bike. Now what you can see right now is I'm not actually holding the bike, it's leaning on my hip. So if you have the bike up like this, it can feel a bit wobbly. If the weight goes and it goes the other way, you're going to feel a bit panicked and worry about dropping it. So I always just slightly leaning on me, and I do the same thing with the big adventure bikes, even when they weigh like 260 kilos. Now you're going to slowly release the clutch, a little bit of throttle, find biting point, and you're going to walk. And all you're going to do is take your bike for a walk. Now you've probably done that loads without even thinking about it in your riding career, but you're just going to do that to the point that you feel comfortable going from standstill to moving. Standstill to moving. And once you've got yourself comfortable with that, noting that at any point I can actually let go because I've got the bike at biting point and it's leaning on me, what you're next going to do is put your foot on. And you're going to do the same thing. Your brain might make this sound more scary, but doing it from here, pulling forwards, is exactly the same as doing it from here. The next step is being able to do it together with your weight on this peg. But it can be really scary, so we're going to break this down a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to get you on the bike and you're going to pull away as you normally would. So I'm pulling away, just going to ride around this massive gum tree. Did I tell you that I'm in Tasmania doing the epic trip with Ultimate Cape Escapes? Anyway, stand up, riding the bike nice and gently, and I want you to just swing your leg over and get used to riding on one side of the bike. Now obviously my weight is completely on one side of the peg, and that means that you have to think about what your weight is doing to control the bike. because normally your weight is distributed evenly, but you're going to do it on one side. It's also worth practicing this on both sides, because you can pull away on either side of the bike. Now once you get used to how it feels, because if I ride straight towards you, hang on, let me do this demonstration. If I ride directly towards you, you'll see that the bike's not actually fully upright because my weight's over and my body isn't directly over the top of the bike. And once you've got used to that feeling, you're ready for step 3. And step 3 is putting those things together. So you know how to stand on one peg and you know how to pull away. So you're going to do those together. So you're going to pull away and stand on one peg. Step 4 is to keep riding and swing your leg over. Now if you've got massive panniers on the back, it is a lot easier to get over them and onto the back when you're moving along like that. And the faster you go, the more balance you have. So pulling away positively really helps you. Now if you're really short, that is an easy way to get on and off the bike as well, because you don't have to be trying to reach the other grey. What I do recommend you do is practice it in a safe environment like I am here, and practice it on both sides of the bike. And trust me, getting on from the right side of the bike will feel really weird. Woo! You can see even I revved it a little bit more than normal then. That's quite funny. But anyway, the next part of this trick is doing it in reverse, coming to a stop. And once you've done it pulling away, coming to a stop is going to be really easy. But you do need to remember your clutch and you're only using your front brake. So if you're on an off-camber gravel, think about the fact that you're coming to a stop solely with your front brake and you don't want to have a washout. So you're going to be riding along, obviously, and you're going to clock where you want to stop. You're going to swing over to one side, you're going to pull your clutch in, pull the front brake, jump down. I always just stall my bike, so I hold my front brake, let the clutch out, or you can hit the kill switch, and there you are off the bike. I think it looks kind of cool, but actually it's all about saving your energy, picking your battles, and doing what works best for your body, the bike you're riding. For my hip, it takes a lot of fatigue out of cranking it over the back. Let me know if you've got any questions. Is it something that you do? Have you tried it? If you do watch this video and go out and try it, please come back to the video later and let me know in the comments how you got on. And if there are any extra bits that you would give to people as a tip for trying it. Yeah, as I said, I'm here in Tasmania with the Ultimate Cape Escape. So this is, honestly, this is the best off-road riding motorcycle holiday I've ever done in my life. It's absolutely incredible. If you live in Australia, it's not that far to come to Tasmania. It's just off the south of mainland. If you live anywhere else in the world, it's quite a long way, but I can tell you it is worth the hours sitting on an aeroplane to get here. It's absolutely incredible. Riding Husqvarna 501s. The terrain is unreal. Check out the other videos in the series to see that. But for now, we've just finished an 8-hour 45-minute day riding. I'm gonna go. I was gonna say I was really cool and go and get like a beer or something, but actually I'm gonna go find my little Skylar, who's 14 months old and with her dad down there, because she'll be wondering where her mama is. And I should probably get my motorbike helmet. So I'm Vanessa Rock, the girl on a bike. I think I already said that. Who knows?